Hello everyone, I'm High Treason, and well, damn lighter. Yeah, as you can see, I don't know if I mentioned it, there's like this hunger and thirst setting. I don't turn that on, because it wasn't the thing when I started playing this game, and all it's going to do is slow us down. Unfortunately I didn't record, but I did get to the top of this. And you can do this, you know, if it's something that you really want to do. I don't recommend trying because it is pretty much pointless. So now we'll just let ourselves down slowly so we don't murderize ourselves. I had loads of people say, "Oh, there's no fall damage in the long drive." You people are fucking inexperienced with the game, clearly. Of course there's fucking fall damage. But yeah, the eating and drinking thing, I just don't see any point in enabling that, because it's just going to slow us down the whole time. I think I was doing this the right way. Yeah, it's been a few days since I last recorded. But yeah, what time are we at? Okay, as long as they have a point of reference. I aim for about half an hour on these. Sometimes goes over, probably sometimes go under, just not very often. There's a bird in the distance, so won't be in the road. I'm going too fast. I'm definitely going too fucking fast. The Pearl Deserts do tend to be pretty flat, so probably can go quicker in them. Oh, damn, I had something I was going to talk about. I've forgotten. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me, I'm sure. It was terrain. We'll probably start seeing some more extreme terrain soon. I think we're getting about far enough out now. And we are, what, probably about 5% done with the game now or something. I told you it's a long drive. They didn't give us false advertising, it is long. It'll be a long time. We are approaching this car's inevitable replacement. It's been a good car to us. It's orange. It's a fucking Volkswagen, so it's a piece of shit. It's an orange, a bit like you always see the campers painted, isn't it? I don't need fuel, nothing. I ain't stopping there, they're puny. You only really stop them little places in emergencies. Oh shit, that was a close one. Like, you know, we're not in urgent need of fluids. I haven't checked on them in a while. I have a fuel gauge down there, obviously, so I know that's fine. The fact we're not on fire tells me radiator's probably fine. It's not the right one. I'd like to find the right one for this car before we retire it, but yeah, it's no big deal, you know. It don't matter that much. As long as it works. I think some of them, they do have different capacities, and as you might have gathered, if they're rusty they don't work as well, and they also lose water over time, which I actually quite like playing with a slightly broken one, because it leaves this little element of surprise, you know, where the car suddenly overheats, but they don't fail quick enough as to where you can't just sit the night out and, you know, then drive off and fix it. Sounds silly, but I quite enjoy it. What have I been doing? Well, not having a lot of sleep, because my neighbour is now 8 weeks into doing their fucking puny kitchen up and keeping me awake. So I think it might be time for a 2-stroke Sen silencer in the passageway between the houses in the middle of the night. I've also updated and fixed my my mod for Iron Fury, which is just glorious, you know. What does this mod do? Well, it lets you, I thought it was in the game, but there's some little mosquito buzzing against my screen. Bastard thing. Ah, the spines will get it. Yeah, it's a grand mod, you know. Lets you consume cleaning products and lets you use toilets, so Yes, groundbreaking stuff, high quality, high class. Let's not replace that damn radio. Radio? Who needs a radio? Oh, we're making pretty good progress here, though. Making pretty good progress today. Yeah, my mouth keeps feeling dry. No matter how much I drink. There's a raboid over there. You won't catch me, raboid. They're fast, but they ain't this fast. Oh, and Duke Nukem Forever 2001 has leaked, hasn't it? I play with it for like a couple of hours and then I just put the Athlon away and went back to doing chores. I don't hate it or anything. I think we probably did the right thing scrapping it, because there's a lot of problems. I know it's unfinished, but yeah, a lot of the levels out there are kind of not that nice to navigate, and player movement's kind of bad. You know, it's about what I expected. Pretty much nothing that wasn't part of the trailer actually works, so I don't know, it's not awful. I think if it had finished and come out back then, I would have enjoyed the game and played through it, and then I would have probably just gone back to Duke Nukem 3D anyway, so, you know, like I say, I'm not saying it's terrible or anything like that, I'm just saying I don't think it was that, like, special. I don't think it would have lived up to Duke 3D, and I've always said the 2001 version, people seem to glorify it for some reason. I don't really understand why. I think the 98 version had more potential. It was still Duke Nukem at that time. So we try and fix this up. It will be a diesel. It has oil. It has, well, that would work as coolant, just not very well. And it has, now you see, a real diesel, an old one, would run on that. They run on nearly anything, old diesel engines, so long as you lubricate, like, the injectors and everything. Like, as long as your fuel will do that, it will generally be fine. Let's try and find some diesel. Do some there we go, there's diesel. Let's find something better to put it in. I don't fancy our chance of getting that up there. Did you know, I can't remember if I mentioned it, there is actually a way to get infinite fluids in this game. Now, I'm not going to use it unless I have to, because it would be a bit cheaty, but it is a thing that you can do. We can totally, like, say this diesel, we could fill this jerry can quite easily. Now, I'm not going to do it. Maybe we will use it at some point. Why is the old all wonky like that, do you think? It doesn't really matter. How much oil's in there? How little diesel do we need to make it run? Will it run on just 1%? Of course not. Bastard. Bastard! Let's put that all down the toilet. Oh jeez. There we go. Doesn't go anywhere, but this is the sort of thing that Gull would have done. That if she'd suddenly found, like, she had some of this in the cupboard, you know, it would have been like, ah. When his left hand messes up, it seems to be to do with me fiddling with the pedals when I'm walking round. It's kind of odd. I'm tempted to take this. I'm not going to, because I think it's not the right thing to do after we've had the Golf. I think we should go to something completely different. It might take a bit of damage here. Oh, son of a bitch. Come on. Come on, go forwards. There you go. Sorry, car. There we go. Yeah, these are pretty deep though. I mean, I did the whole road near enough in one of these when I went to the end. Oh, turn that on. There's no wonder we're having difficulty moving. Oh, this has that physics bug as well. This is real common since the last update. See what I'll do, I'll drive it a little bit, and you might be able to see what it does. I don't know if we can get enough speed. I think we're just a bit low on oil to reach full pelt with this. You have to get a fairly good speed going for it to happen. What's causing the lag? Are we loading and unloading the building? Probably. Yeah, I can't get enough speed to make it happen. Still. There is a truck. Could steal its radio and its radiator. And we will. We'll steal the radiator anyway. There we go. Technically this one's in better condition than ours. Let's have a quick look and see if there's another one in here, and if there is we'll stick it in my car, but I don't think there will be. That's for the Skoda. It's rear engine with the Skoda. Well, there's some radiators here. That one there I'm tempted to take because I'd like the car that goes with, but you know, we can come up with something. Oh, there is another radiator there. Another VW radiator. Right, well on that basis, we'll give this one to the truck, I guess. Just so I feel kind of bad robbing it of its internal organs and stuff. Oh, come on, I found water. Don't want to fuck about here too long. I do like to fix the cars that I see in the game when I go buy them though. Hang on a minute. No, I'll have to put this one in my car. Here's what I find funny with all this. He drinks through his arm, is what I think's going on there. You know, like mosquitoes, larvae, they breathe through their butt. Oh shit, I heard graboids. I don't know where they are, but I heard them, they're angry. Could be anywhere. Well, why is that? Shouldn't be happening. Anyway. Keep this just in case. We'll fucking get out of here before Raboid Boy shows up. Because otherwise he's going to come in here. Yeah, my poor car. That would have seized the engine if we did that in real life. You watch me accidentally took the one that has like 2 litres of alcohol in it. It's just going to evaporate off and we're going to have no fucking motor. It's going night time, it should run quite cold anyway. This radiator won't perform as well as the one we've just taken out. I didn't take the radio, but we'll listen to the radio at some point. Because there is radio and like, it's kind of fun. Not in too much of a hurry to do it, but we'll get there, we'll get there. Driving too fast. Driving too fast. Slow down a bit. Driving too fast. In my car. You know, my car is better than your car, and that's a given. I guarantee it. Because it's mine. And I only get the best things, and therefore by default that means it has to be the best. Let's have some lights, kill the frame rate a bit. Yeah, me and the game logic have similar ways of thinking. I guess the road snakes back to the left here. Like it's going to go off to the right, and then it's going to go left. Jeez, it is very orange. It's like the end of that movie, Duel. I think I said that before. This steering wheel's old. It's a Certec R220. So it's early 2000s, and there's quite a dead zone on it. I had to turn it maybe a whole fucking, like, I wouldn't quite say an eighth, but certainly more than a 16th of the way before it actually responds. It sort of fits with the vibe of this game, because this game is, you know, you're driving a bunch of janky old cars. Like, you know, the controls in this game are pretty rough, and you're driving a bunch of these like, crappy old cars around. I don't think the controls in this game should ever be good. I think they always should be kind of wonky. The physics should always be a bit busted. It sort of, it fits with the mood. I think if this game handled like Need for Speed 3 and, you know, all the cars handled brilliantly and the physics were really sort of predictable and reliable, I think it would ruin it a little bit, to be honest. Like, it goes against the way the mood of the game, I think, to make that sort of thing much better. There certainly is room for improvement. Certainly some things with the steering. I'd quite like if the steering became more logarithmic. Like when you turn the wheel, like, say, up to halfway, it's kind of not really turning that hard, and then it starts increasing more so. Like, you know, the sort of say initially the in-game is only, like, if you turn the steering wheel 10%, the game will only do it like maybe 5%. But then, you know, over time the multiplier goes up, so like by the end every 10% is equivalent to like 20% for the last percent. Yeah, I think you got a cactus problem. Si, senor. Whiz. Gas. Yeah, there's usually not much of anything in these. Oh no, I didn't want to break that. Not really sure why I stopped here. I don't usually stop in these. I think I just did it because we hadn't really... Oh, whatever, let's get back in here before those fucking ravoids come after us. Put her back on the road. Man, night time. Dodgy in the desert. Actually does get cold, I think. Would with this, because there's no clouds. See up there, the sky's just perfectly clear. And clouds actually keep a lot of the heat down. So yeah, deserts. They can get surprisingly cold, these places. Ah, man. And I know it's not the most eventful action-packed game, this isn't, but I do find it quite fun. You know, it's kind of weird. I don't know if you'll agree. It's you don't like the game, don't watch it. Because I do intend to keep playing it, but you know, it shouldn't cut into other things. And a lot of the time when I play this is when I'm in no mood to play anything else. So it's not like it's going to cut into anything else that might have been here. You know, this is a game that it doesn't require enough like of my brain for me to, you know. Say if I wanted to play like. I don't know. Well, just go with a game you all know, like Duke Nukem 3D, right? It's action-packed. Requires a fair bit of the old mind to be going, to not get shot to bits, and to find or remember where like items are in the game. And you have, you know, to navigate levels and shit. And I might not be in the mood for that. I'm like, nah, my brain's like half asleep. This game, I can play that in that state of mind. I can be like, no, it doesn't matter. There isn't really much in the way of navigation. We're just following a road. We don't have to follow the road. If you want to just drive off in the desert, the game ain't going to stop you. And it will still generate terrain and everything. You want to fucking go, rabbit? Don't make me turn round. Man, they're getting more angrier. But yeah, you know, it's... I can play this game, like, in that state of mind, quite happily. And so generally I do play this game when I'm in that state of mind, where I'm like, I'm too bored to do nothing, but I'm too fried to actually really do much. I did say I was going to, like... Shit, I'm sorry, my brain went again. It's sleep deprivation. It does funny things to you. Oh man. I hope they fired the contractors who put this bit of road in. God, that's awful. I don't think that's because it's old. I mean, the ground could have shifted. You know, people, I hear them say, oh, boulders couldn't be in the middle of the road. Because it's like, you know, there is boulders that do move around in the real world because of, like, the ground heaving. Like, we don't know what sort of seismic activity is going on in this area. So, I mean, they could have put it there. There is also another potential explanation, but one that I'd rather not delve into because it's not necessarily very nice. Ah, there we go. Cigarette keeps going out. But yeah, our car has 7k to go. Well, actually just under like 6.5. Well, now just over 6. So yeah, this car does not have long to go before we start looking for a replacement. That's potentially convenient. Often get decent cars in these, but then you also get shit. Well, that has worked out pretty much perfect. Holy shit. There we go. It's the yellow stripe one. I don't know if we can take this is the problem. I don't want to steal from my car if I can help it. Ugh, gross. These used to have gasoline in them when the game was a bit younger. Don't want this Vaz. It's just as well because it won't go. There's no fuel. No oil. It does have some water. Don't do that because you can blow things up, you know. It's a fucking American V8. Man, I'm not really ready to let my Golf go. Okay, there is a water tower. I'm hoping we see a bird. You know, we got planes. Somebody's going to be getting aroused. Hey, we've already established it's the desert. You know, everything is on the table now. Like, I don't usually understand the aerophile lot or whatever you call them. But I mean, well, they're doing nobody any harm, are they? So, like, I don't care that much. You know. Yeah, it's weird and stuff. It does nothing for me, but it works for them. It's not hurting anybody. And like I say, in this world, you know, we ain't seen another human being here. For all we know, the planes are flying themselves. Maybe the planes are into that now in this reality. Fuck is that noise? I heard a noise. But not be rabbits. If I found out there's rabbits, we might not be able to take this car, you know. I was hoping I'd see a bird. There was one back up the road. I mean, it's quite a way to drive, so we're potentially taking a big risk here if I try and take that car. Now, I do believe in taking risks, because life's pretty boring if you don't, and you don't get nothing. Like, you have to take risks in this life. Whether you like it or not. You know, no one said you had to like it. Oh shit. I can't find any gasoline. That is not a lot. I don't think it's going to be enough. Because this car, you can probably figure, is a gas guzzler. It eats gasoline for fucking breakfast. Shit. I do have gasoline in my car. That would get us a decent distance, I guess. We'll have about 20 litre of it. We know there's a water tower. I'm going to say go for it. Like, it's 4K, it doesn't matter too much. Little Golf, I'm going to miss you, buddy. I really am. You've been such a good car to me. You really have. It's the point where I'm not even going to siphon your diesel out. I have too much respect for you to do that. But I said I would change car this often. Oh man, I hate this car in real life, but it's actually, I'm having a hard time leaving it in the game. I really am. I might change my mind about this. I think we will. We'll do a manual save. So I don't know if I'm ready to let my Golf go. Maybe we'll give it up to 300k. Oh god, this has the plastic bumpers. Those can fuck off. I ain't having them. There's a metal one. Is this for the front or the back? That might be a front one, I think. It is. Golf, you knew it couldn't last forever, didn't you, bud? We knew it couldn't last forever. I wish it could. But it can't. I'll see you around, old buddy. When did we change the 4-light grill? We never fucking finished that, did we? Oh, nuts. Poor car. At least it'll be easy to identify on the way back, if it's still there. Okay, here goes. We've got wheel spin. Now we're going to go up that water tower. Hold on a minute. Something I got to do here. We do this from another car. Can as well. There you go, pal. Good luck to you. The hell was that? So, we've got a yank tank now. Fuck, I saw a blue flash. We've got us a yank tank. And there's a good thing about the yank tank. It uses real measurements. It is for real men. This is a V8 men's car, which I do believe has just overheated or run out of gas. Oh dear. That might not be a good thing. That's not a good thing. That is a very bad thing. I'm armed. Wow, I guess that's dealt with him. Yeah, that's our problem. Okay, now we have to go in here. I hope we don't get raboided, because if we get raboided, we got some problems. Can't quite. No, that's to adjust the faucet angle. There we go. Let's try and get a move on, because I don't want to get eaten out here. You know, the raboids have been very angry today for some reason. So I keep hearing these noises. Oh dear. Here he comes. He's after us. Let's try and get this in the car. Again, come on, don't fuck about. There we go. Get that in the car, and get in the car, and get out of there. Bastards, aren't they? Fucking bastards. I don't look at how much gasoline we got. Probably shouldn't be lead-footing. Oh god, the tyres are in shit state. I left my supplies in the back of the old car. Well, you know what? the car can keep her. So I love that car. It can have it. You don't want to know the things me and that car did when we weren't recording. Ran a bunch of rabbits over probably. I'd like to go faster, but I can't because of the fuel situation and the tyres situation. Oh, pulls to one side, but I think that's just the tyres. She is one fine car. She got a big butt. That's how I like them. It's 50s Americana. Handles way better than any of the other cars when the tyres on it are shit. Or at least does to me. Everyone seems to have a different car that they say, oh, it's like totally handles the best. And so, yeah, I guess that's kind of subjective. One thing I can say though is, you know there's buses in the game, and if you're new at the game, get the bus. Most people will tell you it's shit, and it is. And you can't beat the whole game with it without a lot of patience, because it doesn't go up mountains and stuff. But, yeah, just use the bus if you're new to the game, if you know, because there's not much to break off it. It has a massive fuel tank, you know, it handles better, you can go full lock on the steering, it'll never fucking slide out. Unless you're going down a hill, at too high a speed. So yeah. Bus, good beginner vehicle. If you're just starting out the game and you see a bus, then take it. It's a good way to get used to the game. And plus, fact early on, oh, well, it must be a fucking fashion parade in the distance, all those flashes around that Mercer. So I sort of would like to write another couple of books, and there's like this fashion model type in one of them. It's a character called Vanessa. It's been quite fun to write, sort of the draft writings I've done. You know, it's pretty typical really, you know, just acts like a spoiled child. She's not a child, but she acts like a spoiled child. It's quite fun to write, because obviously, you know, and interact with the main character who's polar opposite, really. I remember writing the first book, and you know, it's funny how like some characters end up showing up more or different than you intend, because everyone who's ever written a book, I think, says it, but it is true where the characters start writing themselves. Like you start being able to see them and hear them in your head, how they react to the situation you're putting them in. I remember this like security guard dude who was going to have like 2 lines and never really be seen again, ended up stealing the show. I even been there more than he was meant to be, because I had quite a lot of fun writing him. Oh jeez, this generation is not favourable. I need fuel. This car will eat that fuel in no time. Yeah, it's scary now. I'm going to stop at the next building anyway and call it a part. It's getting very warm in here all of a sudden. It's probably just from running the game, I suppose. We're heading into sort of summer weather. And of course my PC is under load, doing a bunch of 3D shit. That probably is going to dissipate more heat. And it's very nice. I'd like one of them diners, that would be nice. They usually have a bit of fuel in them, and usually a lot of cleaning supplies, because this car really needs some work. I don't want to know how close we are to running out of gas. I don't think you... Of course we're in a flat biome, so I guess it's not that bad. Probably cursed the far away, but look at that fuel gauge. We're just running on fumes now. Hoping I see a boat. I'm totally ignoring that on the left of the screen. I'm hoping we see a boat. Is that a building? It is. It's one of those shitty little bunkers. But those do sometimes have fuel in them. And somebody left a car on the road. Sort of. Yeah, we've used more than half the fuel. I told you she's hungry. She's a good girl, has a healthy appetite. That won't get us very far. Oh dear, did we make the right decision? I cannot fucking say. That has diesel in it. That's a basket. We'll have the basket. Check on the roof, see if there's any fuel up there. Sometimes there is in these oil containers, these extra virgin car oil. Yeah, that's a bit broke. Hey, it's the old jerry can model. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I'm glad we stopped here. Oh, dear. Depth perception failed me there, didn't it? Yeah, if you hadn't noticed, it takes a moment for the physics to cancel. I will do it that way, it'll be easier. I will put it back on, don't worry. Oh dear. That's not so good. There we go, that's what I wanted. I want to paint this car pink or something. Like the white stripe version. Guessing there's no fuel in this. Oh, there's loads. It's full of diesel in there. I don't really have a container to put the fuel in, so I guess we'll do it this way. This will work. We'll do this and then I'll... you're kidding me, I can't stick this in here. Oh yeah, I can. Ah, don't do that. If it tips over, it'll go on the floor. Right, we're going to do 5 litre at a time, but I guess a little way, not very far. Yeah, I'll get the fuel in the car and then I'll go away. I'll maybe record another part today though. Let's see. Can manipulate it. Because all the time we're here we are at the mercy of the Raboids. And as I said, they seem to be particularly pissed off today for some reason. There we go. Well, I'm sorry for whoever comes to deal with that car, but well, ain't my problem. It's every man for himself in the desert. Right, well, on high treason. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's do a save real quick. Our total distance, 275. That'll do me.